Hi guys, so this is the distance or the length between 2 points. So if you just look at the example here that we're going to do anyway, so find the distance between the points -3,5 and 6,8. So if you look at your coordinate graph over here, the point -3,5 is here. So if you're not sure why that's the point -3,5, then have a look back at how to plot coordinates or plotting coordinates. So that's the point -3,5. The point 6,8 is, if you go across the 6 and up to 8, is up there, so 6,8. So what we're actually doing in this, or what we're trying to find here, is it's how far is it between the 2 points. So it's the distance, it's like how far that green line is, so it's how far one point is from the other. So just try and think about that. So I just wanted to show you just to just help you see what you're actually doing here. So you're finding how far it is from one point to the other. The other thing I want to show you before we start the example is your log table. So this formula over here, this is obviously what we're going to use to work out the distance, but this is actually given to you in your log tables on page 18. You'll see there. So there it is in the middle. It's called length in this. So you'll see there it's the same as the one I've given. So x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared and the big square root over it. So even though you've got it in your log tables, you'll need to be really familiar with it, and obviously you'll need to be able to put in or sub in the points into it and the coordinates into it. So let's go through the example anyway. So first thing I'm going to do, and first thing you should always do, is write down the formula, because the more times you write it down, the easier it'll be to remember and the more familiar you'll be with it. Right, so anyway, my first point is -3,5, so I'm going to call that x1, y1. So x1, y1, that's my first coordinate, and then y2, sorry, x always comes first, x2, y2 is my other coordinate. So then all you really have to do is just sub in into the formula. So x2 is 6 minus, now be really careful here because x1 is actually a minus number already, so you have to do x2 minus x1. So you're doing 6 minus, but x1 is -3, so you have to do 6 minus -3, or 6 minus -3 squared plus, and then you have to do y2, which is 8, take away y1, which is 5 squared, and then your square root goes completely over, so I'm just a little bit tight there, but yeah. 6 minus -3, so hopefully you know that minus makes plus, so when there are two signs come together like that, so 6 minus -3 is 6 plus 3, so that's 9, so we've got 9 squared. The other side I've got 8 minus 5, so 8 minus 5 is 3, so 3 squared. And I've got a plus in the middle. So anyway, I need to do 9 squared, which is 81, plus 3 squared, which is 9. Now when I add them together, that's going to give me the square root of 90. So you could leave it as the square root of 90, or you could put it into your calculator. So if you put it into your calculator, you should get, I'm rounding off to 9.49. So 9.49 approximately, and then you can just put in units because it's the distance between 2 points, so 9.49 units. Okay, so here's another question. So if you want to attempt that one and then play on the video, and I'll go through the answers. So first thing you're going to do anyway is write down the formula. So if you want to pause the video, try it, and then I'll go through the answer. Play it on and I'll go through the answer. Okay, so in this question anyway, my minus 4, 5 is going to be x1, y1, and then 6, 1 will be x2, y2. So again, I'm just going to sub in. So x2 is 6 minus, and what x1 is actually a minus here again, so it's minus minus 4 squared, plus y2 is minus 1, so putting in minus 1, minus always goes in, and then y1 is just 5, and I have to square that. So put your square root over again. So 6 minus minus 4, minus minus becomes a plus, so 6 plus 4 is 10. So I get 10 squared plus minus 1 take away 5 is minus 6 squared. So I'm getting 10 squared is 100. Minus 6 squared is positive 36, because minus times minus would be plus. So I get plus 36. So I'm getting square root of 136 there. And so in an exam, you'll more than likely have to round off, or you'll have to give a more specific answer, so you'll have to round off. So you'll need to put square root of 136 into your calculator. So I'm getting approximately 11.66 when I round off. So 11.66 when you put that into the calculator. And I'll just call them units again. Okay, so that's my answer.